All right, everybody, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be having our third body awareness exercise. Now, this is the exercise that we're actually going to start making changes. We've had loads of information on how to become aware of our bodies when we're playing, right? The last two exercises were about that, focusing just on the breath and then feeling the sensations when we're practicing, right? Our fingers under the strings, our arms when we're holding the angle that we're holding the guitar in, but not necessarily changing anything. We're just understanding it, making note of it without judgment, right? So now I want to talk a little bit about breaking the habits, right? And optimizing these things. Now that we've become aware of how we are holding our bodies, how we are feeling when we're practicing, the thoughts that arise when we're practicing or playing or what have you, maybe some negative thoughts, maybe some positive thoughts, maybe like, why does it sound like this or what have you, we can start to make those changes. So now the exercise is in making necessary changes. So let's say that you're playing a scale, right? First of all, we still want to bring our awareness to our body, right? How does our body feel when we're playing? Are our shoulders tensed up? If they are, maybe we want to consciously relax them and then take note as we're playing. If they tense up again, we can relax, right? So we're playing the scale. If we play our first note and we notice, ooh, I'm tensing up, relax. Remind yourself to relax. Maybe we play a note like this and it's getting kind of muted. We can fix that by going closer to the fret, pushing down with more force. We can think about where our thumb is. If our thumb is hooked up here, it's limiting our range of motion. Our palm is against the back of the neck then, right? And although this might be comfortable for people, it also adds tension into the thumb and into the arm, and it limits our range of motion. So we're probably going to be making more like muted notes. So to avoid this, we can become aware that the thumb gets hooked, and where do we move it? We move it to the back of the neck. I have other videos on this on my channel and on my website. We can have our thumb in such a way that it's basically straight up and down. It's touching the back of the neck. It's not out to the side. It's just straight up and down. And that allows quite a range of motion. Our wrist and our palm can be a little bit more forward, which allows our fingers to curve in an optimal way. That if I was to play the string below whatever note I'm fretting, this C note here, the third fret on the fifth string, and then play the fourth string, the D string, it sounds clear, rather than muting the string. So we can do that by bending the finger a bit more. So if we're playing a scale, we can think about how we're picking. Are there notes that are ringing through? We can also bring awareness to our chording. If we're strumming chords, how do the chords sound? Are we getting buzzing? Are we getting muting? Can we make adjustments? How are our shoulders, right? Or is our guitar neck way down here? Right, in that's limiting range of motion as well. We want to bring it back up, right? So we are identifying issues as they are happening, and we are making corrections. How is our posture? Are we hunched over like this? Or are we sitting up fairly straight? Are our shoulders way back where this is uncomfortable? Is our guitar out here? I often see people like lean with their elbow on their leg. Might not be able to see it, but kind of like with their leg up here, down like here, and they're kind of hunched over. Well, this is also pushing the guitar neck way out this way, so we're playing over that way. We kind of want to be a little bit more square. Legs kind of in front of us, guitar on a slight angle. I would say maybe like a 35 or 40 degree angle off from the body, slightly tilted towards us. We don't want to have the guitar like this, because this is also bad technique, right? Limiting range of motion, having to reach So we want it on a slight angle, but not straight up and down. All these different things we can be thinking about. I'm also going to include what I'm calling a guided practice session for this, where I will be kind of talking you through kind of like a guided meditation, but reminding you to think about these things as we're playing, right? So about finger placement. Do we like the quality of the tone that we're producing, right? Can we make adjustments? How's our posture? How's our shoulders and things? So we can use that guided practice session to help us become more aware and make these adjustments as well. These are things that often I do in class with people, but at home they don't have access to that, and they're just you have to rely on your own awareness, right? So this can kind of help you remember to make those adjustments. Okay, are we on our tippy toes? Are we tensed up? Right? Are we tense with our picking hand? Right? Is our picking coming from our arm, or are we really stiff like this, or are we able to just move our wrist? Okay, so these are all things to consider during this exercise. We can do this for 3 to 5 minutes at the beginning of each practice session, and then you can do whatever you like. Okay, I just want you to be adding this level of awareness and then practicing however you want. Okay, you don't even have to listen to me if you don't want to, but I'm imagining because you're here and you're watching this, you're going to be following the instruction. All right, that is the exercise, and you can journal the results. You can journal the times that you get distracted and things. And be gentle with yourself. Have compassion. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, and you're thinking, oh, why can't I get it? Well, be gentle with yourself. You have a habit, okay? And we are actively breaking that habit. And we're going to have more success with breaking the habit if we are a little bit more gentle with ourselves. We don't need to be so hard on ourselves, right? It really doesn't help all that much to be really hard on yourself. We want to think, it's okay. I'm still learning. And I caught it this time, and I'll try to catch it next time, right? Or I'll make this correction. We want to identify as the learner, not as the finished product, okay? Be gentle with yourself. Note the results. Note what you're doing correctly as well. So think about, wow, like most of the notes sounded really clear and really good. Most of the chords sounded really clear and really good. The C chord could use a bit of work, and probably in this way, right? But also note what you're doing well, because that's going to keep you coming back, okay? Because we want you to keep coming back. So utilize that guided practice session, and I'll see you in the next video.